Greece is beautiful, guys. Like, if you ever get a chance to come here, definitely do that. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Athens, Greece. We are actually getting a really late start this morning. We had totally planned on getting up around like 7 and like getting some breakfast, taking our time and stuff. But for whatever reason, our alarm didn't go off, and we got up around like 10:15. We had to check out by 11, and it is currently 11:01, so we have to get going. So we were able to have the hotel that we were staying at last night actually keep our stuff back here. So that's super nice. We can put it in the lockbox if we want, and we don't have to worry about carrying it around all day because we can't be into our next hotel till when? Like 3? 2. So we're gonna go head out right now, probably go do some stuff. We didn't show you around this hotel. Not very fancy, but let's go out. Yeah, it did the job for 5 hours. So we are in downtown Athens right now. Not really sure what part of the city we're in, but we're actually gonna head on to the Parthenon today. Sorry, it's being kind of short. The sort of in a kind of sketchy looking area right now. We're just trying to get out of this spot. All right, a little better area now. It's kind of a little sketch alleyway that we had to walk down. Just based on where we've been so far, it seems like motorcycles and mopeds are actually the preferred method of transit. We will not be partaking just because we were with our cab driver last night, and there is no sharing of the road or sympathy for motorcyclists, so we're gonna stick to on foot. Our driver also told us last night that Athens actually has 6 million people in it, so this is a hugely densely populated city that is built on top of itself, kind of much like New York. We actually, driving in last night and even right now, we're kind of getting vibes of when we were in Bangkok, Thailand. It's just a really bustling city, super packed and crammed in. So that is where we're headed right now. Right up there, that's the Acropolis. This is wild. Like, this stuff is thousands of years old. Holy cow. So our first stop here is actually the Library of Hadrian. So it used to actually have like a big prominent courtyard. It used to kind of look like that, you know, a couple thousand years ago. So they refinished some of the wall here, and that is to show us exactly like what it would have looked like in like its time, which is really crazy because if you look over here, like it's not that far off on portions of the wall for being thousands of years old. It's just funny to think when you're in a place like this. I mean, like, all around here are modern buildings, right? And there once was all of the ancient buildings and such, so which just means like the entire city is built on top of likely like some form of ruin. I have a feeling I'm going to be saying this throughout the day, but like this whole area is like the cradle of civilization, right? Like this type of area is pretty much where it all began for like sophisticated society. Totally nuts. Like between here and the Mideast and stuff like that, but like this is crazy. What do you think?
Good idea.
Of the church that used to stand here inside of Hadrian's library. I think that's the original back wall. I'm not sure if this is original or not, but it's all just very crazy, guys. Like, I'm sort of a history nut. Allison has appreciation for art and history, so this is our thing right now. out and likely head towards the Acropolis. Kobe, don't worry. The dream is still alive for you here in Greece. These little winding streets up here are so cool. It is quite the ascension actually up here, so the grade is it's pretty steep. Seeing views like that definitely making me wish I had a drone. Alright, so we're coming up here. There's the Acropolis, but there's actually some stairs that run up over here that I think might give us a really cool vantage point of the city. Whoa. But this is probably my favorite part of the trip so far. Like, we haven't seen nearly all of it. We haven't been to everything even in Athens yet. This will be hard to top, like, figuratively and literally, I guess. If you were like an ancient and you had to like stand up here and like guard or like even have a job up here, like what it would be going through your head, you know what I mean? Like, holy moly. I mean, like,
it's hot.
It probably, it's hot, that's what you would think? Here, the Parthenon. Look at this view from behind me, out to the sea. Greece is beautiful, guys. Like, if you ever get a chance to come here, definitely do that. What do you think?
It's really cool.
It's really windy up here. It's kind of nice.
Oh, it feels wonderful. So pretty, though.
You thought you were in store for a relaxing vacation, honeymoon?
I know. Timing this has been struggle.
Gotta get that honeymoon fit sometime, you know? Coming here, I mean, like, read about this stuff and like school and university and things like that, but you don't really get a true appreciation for it until you're here. Alright, so now we saw the Parthenon, we saw a lot of ruins. There's probably a couple more we're gonna hit while we're here. We have all day tomorrow too, but right now we actually have to head back to the hotel that we checked out of this morning, pick up our stuff, and then we actually got an Airbnb. So on this entire trip, we actually are staying at Airbnbs more than hotels, which is kind of cool. So we'll have to head over there and get our stuff.
So something to note, a little PSA if you will. Make sure you wear tennis shoes or shoes with grip when you go to visit these ruins, because the roads are this like really now smooth stone. And I have Birkenstocks on. I don't know if you can see that. Birks! River has boat shoes and they're a little slippery. So, bring the right footwear.
Don't want you to die.
Yeah. It's just a little slippery.
Okay, we're on our way back right now, and I thought it was fair of me to make a correction to something that happened earlier in the vlog. This is the literal very next street over from where we were this morning, and I made a comment this morning saying we weren't in a good area. Sorry, it was being kind of short. The sort of in a kind of sketchy looking area, but nope, it was just me being kind of dumb, and we were in an alley, not a walkable street. This street is beautiful. In my humble yet uninformed opinion, the sitting outside, like the patio thing, especially in Europe, is really big this time of year. It's just like in Switzerland, there was so many people out and about, and that is exactly the same here. No one is sitting inside anywhere. So we are still on our way back to the hotel now to get our stuff, and then we heading on to that Airbnb like I said. So we'll catch up to you when we get close to the Airbnb. See you in a sec. Alright guys, we just got to our Airbnb. We decided to go Airbnb instead of doing hotels the whole time because then it can have like a space of our own. It feels like a home, and it's kind of like the Airbnb mission statement. Like, Airbnb is not paying us to say this or anything like that, but like you really get a feeling of what it's like to live there, and that's really, really true. So, quick walkthrough. So we have our little dining room area here. The front door is right there. It's got like super secure locks, like locks all the way down the door that actually, want to show this. So the locks actually come here, 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 and down there. Not necessarily because it's a bad area, it's actually a really good area. We'll show you the street later, but that's awesome. We have 2 bedrooms. So this is our first bedroom. It's like a queen size bed. Come in here and you have your bathroom, more than enough space. You've got your little kitchenette here so we can cook some food or do whatever we want. And then we have a little sitting room here, and then into the second bedroom. Every one of the rooms has air conditioning. We've got a pretty great view out the window. No, it doesn't matter because we're just actually gonna be here only for a little bit. So this is cool. I really like this. The first hotel we went to, like, we actually had this Airbnb booked for the time in which we needed. Like the moment we came into Athens, they were gonna work with us. We came in the middle of the night, and then we kind of had like a planning mess up. We thought with the day shift, we switched up the day, so we actually recontacted these people and said, hey, we're actually coming in a different day. Lo and behold, we actually were right the first time, and we didn't have the heart to call them and switch it back. So we just got the cheap little hotel that was not super awesome, but it worked. Right now, we're kind of gonna get like unpacked and settled a little bit, set some things up, and then likely gonna go get some food here in a little while. It's been a couple hours. Allison and I have been resting up and then just plotting out our course and getting ready. So we're right now getting ready to go out to dinner. We're gonna go somewhere just in the like near area, show you guys the neighborhood a little bit, and then tomorrow we're gonna do hopefully some form of like a food tour and like go on a couple different restaurants around the city. There's a couple museums we wanna hit, like the Museum of the Acropolis we're likely gonna go to, stuff like that. So we're super pumped about that. But before we go, I actually wanted to give you guys like a big travel tip that we have on this trip so far been relying on in a huge way. And that is a app called City Maps to Go. So I'll put a link down in the for the Apple Store below if you're interested. You can check that out. But it actually is super cool, and basically what it allows you to do is download maps to your phone. Now it will use memory in your phone and things like that, but what you can do is search for places in your phone map and then plot them out even when you're not connected to Wi-Fi or cell phone service. So Allison and I have been using our phones when connected to Wi-Fi, but obviously didn't on purpose link up to cellular because we did kind of want to disconnect. But let me walk you through this really fast. So you've got City Maps to Go here. When you open up the app, you can save favorites, you can have the maps. So like here is a map of Athens. So like Allison and I have looked up some restaurants and some museums and some places we want to go, and you can see the stars in each of these places. So when you pick that up, it will say like the name of the place. You can get more information on it. It will pull up for you. What's the deal with it? How do I get directions there? In some places they even have Uber. You can Uber an app or Uber a car straight from this app, which is just really, really cool. So when you walk around, this is the most important piece. You can see the little where we are here, like you can actually navigate to those places. The phone will actually save your location, and so that way when you're walking around, it's not just a map with a waypoint on it that you can look at. It's actually where am I at relative to this spot, and if I keep walking in this direction, am I getting closer, further away? Has been an absolute lifesaver. Today we kind of went out into the city with, we knew what general direction we had to go, but completely relied on this app. Super, super awesome. Check it out. All right, we came to a spot, found it. It's called Greco's Project. They have a menu that's actually in Greek and in English, so that's promising in terms of us being able to actually order something. So we got an appetizer of what they call fancy feta or crunchy feta, which is essentially fried feta cheese with honey and sesame seeds. So good. All right, we had an absolutely delicious meal there. I would definitely recommend it. Greco's Project in Athens. I got some kebabs. You got some what? Some chicken something?
I don't know, like a chicken skewer kind of thing.
Something really
with
good.
A salad that was unbelievable.
It was excellent. So now we're just gonna kind of wander around a little bit before we head out back to the Airbnb. We have a really busy day planned tomorrow. We didn't actually do a ton today with the travel in and the change of hotels, but we got in obviously some of the ancient stuff, but we're not done with it just yet. We're gonna do more of that tomorrow. So we're on a street called Ermü right now in Athens, and this is like where all of like the regular shopping and stuff like that is. It's not like the touristy stuff. So like there's a place over by the Acropolis that has like all of the like tchotchke stuff and things like that. But this is all like the regular stores. All of this is actually a pedestrian street, so there's no cars even allowed on this. There's tons of like really cool little bars and just shops and like just really cool people and stuff. We got roped into the little tourist market. It's really fun though, because this is exactly like when we were in Thailand. This is exactly like that.
Yeah.
But like Greek stuff, obviously. It's all fun though. Alright, you know, casual protest. I don't know what they're protesting, it's in Greek. It's all Greek to me. So don't worry, everything's alright. It's a peaceful protest because I think someone was killed and they're peacefully protesting his death. Throughout this entire trip, it actually has become abundantly clear that like we're all the same people. Like when you look across a restaurant, we all have the same conversations about the same things. It's a lot of the same problems. To me, it's just really reassuring because like we're all one people, you know, and that's, I don't mean to get philosophical or things like that, but it's just kind of interesting to see that. So we're about to go right now to just a little coffee bar, get a coffee to end the night, and then we're gonna head back home.
Love you.
Love you. Alright guys, that's gonna conclude our vlog for today from Athens, Greece. Thanks for sticking with us. We're really happy to have you with us. And we will see you tomorrow for another full day here in Athens, Greece. Be sure to subscribe and check out our social media links in the description below. Bye guys.
Bye.